But we also found that we have to advocate for ourselves on the admin side of things. Wait, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? What do you think I'm gonna tell you? This is wild. If we transfer in the month of February.
Yes! Wait, are we really?
Y'all, I have not showered or gotten ready at all today. I was on stream last night. Someone was asking about our next steps, and to be quite honest, since like having the procedure and everything, haven't been super on my clinic about like insurance approval and all of that stuff. So in between like Christmas and New Year's, my nurse actually reached out to me and was like, hey, how did your procedure go? Which was so awesome. She was so proactive because she knew it was happening on the 20th. And she let me know that they hadn't received the medical records yet from my OB's office, and I figured that was the case because I think my OB's office was waiting for pathology to get back to them to confirm the results and to send like everything over at once type of thing in case insurance needed to see that. So we did a small back and forth, and she let me know that she would let me know when she received them, and I think a couple days later or so I received the pathology results, and then the very next day my nurse received them as well, which is great. And she confirmed that she was going to give them to the clinic insurance-y person who submits to my insurance for approval so that we can move forward with all of the approvals on the clinic's end, basically. But I have learned in the past that you can advocate for yourself in like health ways for sure, and you guys know that we have just been like building up that skill over the past couple of years. But we also found that we have to advocate for ourselves on the admin side of things. Like if somebody says, yep, I've passed on these papers to this insurance person to submit, instead of me just like, yep, trusting that everything is good to go, blah, 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 I follow up with that insurance person like a couple days later to confirm that they have submitted and the date they submitted, so I can start my like mental countdown to insurance approval type of thing. So it'd been a couple days since I got that note from my nurse, and I knew I wanted to follow up with the insurance person like directly to make sure that they submitted it, but I totally forgot. And I was on stream last night and someone was asking about next steps, and I was like, actually, I never sent that. So last night I sent a note to the insurance lady, and she literally wrote back this morning saying that she'll get it submitted today, which means that she didn't get it submitted last week. But honestly, everybody was on vacation. It's that weird week in between like Christmas and New Year's, and people were out and stuff like that, so totally understandable. So all I knew is that she submitted today, and to be completely honest, based on when my next cycle is due and when we would start medications for our next transfer, I honestly didn't know at that point, since she just submitted it today, if we would hear back, like if we would get the approval we needed before moving forward with this next cycle. Because my insurance is all over the place. They don't exceed the 15 business days or something that they need, but they have gotten back to me like super fast in the past, so it's like it really could just like be a range of timeline on their part. But I really wasn't sure at this point. I was like, I don't know if that's going to be enough time, but hey, whatever happens happens. But then I was in here taking a little mental break, and I saw a call coming through from my clinic, and I pick it up, and it's my insurance lady at the clinic, and she talks really fast. She's like super nice, but she talks really fast, and it takes my brain like 2 seconds after to like catch up as to what she's saying. But at the beginning, she kind of blurted out like, yep, you're all set, but you do have a back balance. And Jack actually paid the full back balance last night, serendipitously. We were like, oh yeah, we have a back balance, let's pay that off so that we don't run into any financial like blocks before moving forward. And so I let her know that, and she was like, oh perfect, did he pay online? And I was like, yeah, he did, let me know if you need a confirmation. And she was like, nope, I'll be able to see that and then you'll be all set. And I was like, wait, like you already got approval from like insurance also, and you can approve? She goes, yeah, you're all set, like you're good. And I was like, wait, what? So I bet that since she submitted for approval in the first place back in like November, and that is when insurance told us, hey, we need you to do a saline ultrasound, and then when they saw something in the saline ultrasound, they were like, we need you to take care of the thing that you saw in the saline ultrasound. I bet since the approval was already in and just like pending me taking care of like whatever was in there that they detected, that the approval may have been already like super fast. It wasn't like a new approval. It was just like to update them, like, yep, she did it. And then they probably approved it like super fast since we like met their requirements. There's no facts behind what I am saying. I'm just like mentally thinking that's the only way that they would be able to get back to her to let her know that we were approved, like within the same day that she submitted for it again. But either way, I just got approval for our second transfer. This is wild. This is wild. We were talking a little bit on stream. We were just having like a New Year's catch up. And I was talking about how I saw this girl on TikTok talking about lucky girl syndrome and how if you are just kind of in the flow and you feel like you are just super lucky and everything always works out for you and everything just comes to you with ease and you know, all of that stuff. It might sound a little woo to some people, but that's the mentality. It's like everything always works out for me. It just does. And before I even saw that TikTok, I just felt really good coming into the new year. I felt really good January 1st. I was like, the energy today is just so good. And there were so many things that like happened that day, including me finding this Colleen Hoover book in one of those free libraries when we went for a walk on the beach that I've already been wanting to read. I'll show you. Like this was just one of like 5 lucky things that happened to us on January 1st of 2023, but I've been wanting to read this book. And you know when you like look in those free little libraries, they're like the freestanding, they look like massive birdhouses, but you're supposed to like exchange a book. When you look in, it's like, oh, those are either old books that I've already read or just super old books that I haven't read, but there's never like current reads because everyone would be swiping those up or everyone is currently reading those so they wouldn't like put them in the library type of thing, you know? This is in mint condition. Like, did anyone ever read this? Actually, there's no bends or anything within these pages. It's wild. But something I will say right now, and Jack and I both had the same exact thought, is if we transfer in the month of February, depending on when exactly that is, a due date when I was looking online landed somewhere in November. Again, I don't know the exact transfer date at this time, and we won't for a little bit, but November 9th. I just want all of us to keep that date in mind and see if it pops up anywhere within the next couple of months or like leading up to November 9th of this year. I don't know. This seems a little weird. But yeah, that's just one example. Things like that have just been happening, and including getting insurance approval the day that she resubmitted for it is just like another thing, and just knowing that we're all good to go. And we happened to pay the balance last night without any coaxing. We were just like, oh yeah, there's a back balance. Let's just make sure we pay it. And then the next day we get approved. Like, this is just, stuff is happening. It's happening, and I'm just gonna like keep in that flow of things, and I just feel really good about just everything right now. And I'm gonna keep that energy flowing. But anyway, Jack is on a call right now, and he has no idea that we just got approval. So I'm gonna wait for him to come in, and then I will tell him with you guys. Guys, I have him here. Why do you have my phone?
Pinterest.
Pinterest?
Yeah.
Wait, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm gonna tell you?
Are you pregnant?
Oh my god, you do not think that I would tell you like this right now.
I don't know. You tricked me and lured me into the bedroom when you were joking.
No.
Anything's on the table.
We got insurance approval.
For our next round?
Yes!
Yeah, did we really?
Yeah, we really did.
That's just equally as good as
We're gonna be pregnant.
Let's go. They call you?
Yeah, she called me today.
She never called me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
She called and she like immediately started the phone call with, well, I told her Happy New Year and stuff, but then she just kind of like dove right in. You know when she says things and like it takes your brain 2 more seconds to like catch up to what she's saying.
Like, oh.
Yeah, and she was like, June, so we're all set, but you do have a back balance. And I was like, oh, John like paid that last night. It was $450.38. And she goes, oh, was it online? And I was like, yeah. She's like, great, I'll be able to see that, and then you're all set. And I was like, oh, wait. Are we still waiting for insurance? She goes, no, everything's good. You're all set on my end. I was like, oh, okay.
Literally? That's awesome.
I know.
That is awesome, bub.
We get to do a second Transfer.
Guys, it's happening.
It's happening.
She's basically pregnant.
I'm basically pupo.
Her goose is cooked.
This time around, somebody commented, like, you know how we say pupo? Someone commented, PASP. We are pregnant and staying pregnant. We aren't pregnant until proven otherwise. We are pregnant and staying pregnant.
Let's freaking go.
That's the energy. That is the energy this time.